Sam Altman chairs Oklo's board after signing a deal with data center operator Switch to deploy 12 gigawatts, enough electricity to power some 9 million U.S. households. Oklo has plans for thousands of plug-and-play fission reactors.
This is Elliot from the Early Stage Investor. On this channel, our mission is to make life-changing returns. One of the big wins on this channel was Oklo Inc. It's a Sam Altman company. He created ChatGPT. We called it out back here when it was like $7, and it's skyrocketed. It's done more than a 10x since then. And so in this video, I want to point out how important this company is. And why is that? Because they are solving the number one problem essentially in the world right now. When you look at where capital is flowing, it's flowing into artificial intelligence. What is the number one problem regarding artificial intelligence? Energy. This explains it.
If you're generating text, that could burn anywhere from 0.17 watt hours to 2 watt hours, equal to running this grill for about 4 seconds. Generating an image, add 1.7 watt hours. All that less than 10 seconds on the grill. But short videos can use far more power. In tests of various open source models, videos took anywhere between 20 watt hours and 110 watt hours. At 110 watt hours, one steamed electric grill steak about equal to one video generation. At 220 watt hours, it was looking much more edible. So 2 video generations equals 1 pretty good looking steak. That might not sound like much power until you consider the short film we made using Google Veo and Runway. Lucioni's numbers come from open source models that generate 6-second 480p clips, far lower quality than tools like Google Veo. We generated 1,008-second 720p clips for our film. Going by these estimates, we might have used roughly 110,000 watt hours. That's enough to grill around 478 steaks, or power an average US home for 3.5 days.
So whenever you request anything from a large language model, it has to burn energy, a massive amount of energy. So as valuable as these chips are, they consume huge amounts of energy. And that's why Sam Altman, majority owner of ChatGPT, created Oklo. What does Oklo do? It's small modular reactors. It creates the energy. We've covered nuclear energy. We've covered small modular reactor power. It is almost unlimited. It can run 24/7 and provide clean energy. So it's revolutionary technology. That's why they've been skyrocketing. So they solve the energy problem. Here is a quick summary of what Oklo is up to and what they're doing.
Affordable nuclear power is also Jacob DeWitt's goal, but with fission.
When I learned that you could take basically a golf ball of uranium metal and there's enough energy content in that to power my entire life's energy needs, I was like, this seems like it's from something in science fiction, but oh wait, we're actually doing it now.
Fission creates energy by splitting atoms apart instead of fusing them together.
It's probably the least risky from a technology point of view, and probably the earliest one that we'll see actually up and running.
Oklo has plans for thousands of plug-and-play fission reactors housed below sleek A-frame powerhouses.
I mean, nuclear is just such an elegant way to make power, and we need to basically unleash that.
Oklo expects its first microreactor to come online in 2027 at the Idaho National Laboratory. DeWitt thinks federal support will continue.
Those things were actually granted to us under Trump 1, so there's kind of an interesting arc that kind of goes forward here.
Sam Altman chairs Oklo's board. Oklo went public in May 2024 and has been trending up so far in 2025 after signing a deal with data center operator Switch to deploy 12 gigawatts of power to a fleet of small nuclear reactors through 2044. Enough electricity to power some 9 million U.S. households.
They're going to keep signing these deals because, again, they're solving the energy problem. It is the least expensive form of reliable baseload 24/7 clean energy. So it's obviously revolutionary technology. It's incredibly important. That's why I say all roads lead to companies like Oklo. Oklo selected by the U.S. Department of Energy for advanced nuclear fuel line pilot projects. The U.S. Department of Energy. Chris Wright is a former board member for Oklo, a nuclear technology company. He resigned upon his confirmation as the U.S. Secretary of Energy in February 2025. So it's a deeply, deeply, deeply connected company which provides some of the most revolutionary technology on the planet, some of the most important technology on the planet. So it is a pure play AI bet. It's just deeply connected, and the sky is the absolute limit. So it's the future, powerful technology, really important, very good for Oklo going forward. So can it continue to skyrocket? Absolutely. We're not going to look at the financials. Its balance sheet is clean. They say they can get an operation by 2027, start generating revenues, and then beyond that, decades out, they can make an absolute fortune because there are very few companies competing with them. We've talked about NewScale, we've talked about BWX, Cameco owns Westinghouse. We've covered a lot of these companies, but Oklo is just one of the most deeply connected, obvious winners. So obviously we don't like chasing pumping charts. I bought a little bit on the recent sell-off. So when you can find opportunities to buy this on dips only, then it's generally a positive opportunity because the sky's the absolute limit when you have companies with very little competition, massive connections, obvious future revenue and profit potential. And so I just want to give you an update on what is going on with Oklo and why all roads lead to Oklo at the end of the day, right? It's one of the highest quality SMR companies. We can cover more on this channel. Just wanted to call that out because it's super crucial to understand where money is going to be flowing in the future.